When the world was perfect, it was a man and his wife in a garden with some animals, and they were told to be fruitful and multiply. This is the Abundant Harvest Homestead. Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead in our Abundant Harvest Homestead video series. In the last video, we celebrated 17 years of marriage. How's that been, darling?
Good.
Good. And in this video, she got me a present. She caught a pygmy rattlesnake while I was gone. I was gone with the van, which means I took the snake tongs with me because we keep the snake tongs and the snake hook in the van. And this lady caught one. So what happened first? Do you remember which child found it?
The children called.
Children called.
No, I don't remember.
So Monster Truck, last time Bugger threw a frisbee and found one. This time Monster Truck saw one?
I was climbing over from doing the corn.
Oh, he was baiting the deer and found it. And you got out there and identified it too, huh? They knew what it was?
Mm-hmm.
So then what did you do? Okay.
Oh, we just used a stick.
Yeah?
Yeah, we used a stick.
Creative DIY. And would you recommend anyone mess around with rattlesnakes?
No.
No. But you've done it before at Copperheads, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So here it is, guys, and it's probably the smallest pygmy rattlesnake we found. There are other ones that can inhabit our area, but this is the only species we've ever found, and they are dangerous. This is a rattlesnake, one of the North American pit vipers. You don't want to get bit by one of these, but when we have like 8 children running around plus animals, if we find them, we like to capture them and remove them from our property. It's not posing an immediate threat to anyone's life, so there's no need for us to kill it, but we know some remote uninhabited areas that we can release them at, so that's what I like to do because we don't really want them on our property. If you look at this one, that's it compared to a coffee mug. It would easily fit in a coffee mug. And the rattles are so tiny on these guys. So these rattles are so tiny when they actually do buzz, it's almost like a fly stuck on a fly strip, or maybe like a bumblebee inside a flower. It's almost inaudible, especially if you're making some noise or the leaves are rustling or something like that. But these guys are dangerous. Not that our local copperheads aren't also dangerous. This guy's going for a ride today as well. We find these are the most common for us here on our homestead, and we definitely get enough of them. There was a lot earlier with the cicadas. If you've not seen that video, I would recommend checking it out. And these guys, they're a little more dangerous than I was originally thinking they were, so gotta be careful around snakes like this. This is a younger one. Both of these give live birth. This one's still got kind of a yellow lime green tip to his tail. And If you're not sure how to accurately identify a copperhead, we've got a video on that too. Here's a quick look at them head to head. You can see the differences and probably some similarities too. I would highly recommend getting to know the venomous snakes in your area. In the United States, I generally say there's only 4 kinds you got to worry about, which are rattlesnakes, copperheads, cottonmouths, and the coral snake. Anything else isn't really going to pose the same threat that they are, but definitely educate yourself. It's not that hard to get to recognize them. And if you have children, I highly recommend shoes, flashlights at night, and also an education and identification. Think it'd be a good snake to relocate?
Definitely.
Definitely. What do you think of the coloration and the pattern?
It's very beautiful. Just underneath its neck there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a very, very pretty snake.
But no use for it here on your homestead?
Nope.
Children are more important?
Yep.
And having 2 legs for you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you be careful, darling. Remember as well, most people get bit by snakes when they're trying to kill or capture them. If you avoid those 2 activities, you should be way safer than people who are more likely to get bit. And now, on to the rest of homesteading life. Enjoy the show. Darling.
Yeah.
What do you think of the color of that?
I think it looks amazing.
It almost looks brand new, the children were saying.
Yeah, it was very rusted, and it's amazing how much you can improve on something with a little bit of paint.
Yeah, so this might not be the place for it. But we're going to find a home for it because what do you want to do with it?
I wanted to have the children be able to put their homeschool workbooks in there and any of their pencils, markers, crayons, and things like that. And then they would be able to find them easier because they're in this spot. This is where they're going to go. So that way they have a place for them.
So little homeschool lockers, huh?
Yep.
Very cool. And those are just some old ones I had from a job. And since I couldn't make it or grow it, I thought I would keep it. And time came to take care of them a bit, clean them up, and hopefully we'll be able to use them here.
They look beautiful.
Happy about this harvest. Red pepper here is cutting some stuff up for something my lady's making. I'm going to take these 3, they're each a pound, and I'm going to cover them in salt right now. And if you guys saw our video about eating unrefrigerated, uncooked meat from last year, we got a way we like to do that. This one here, we're actually going to wait till it's a year old and then try it. That's a big one. But looking forward to this. I'm going to get these going and then wind up cold smoking them, probably with a bunch of other ones. But some we got to eat right away. Some we're going to freeze. Some we're going to store without refrigeration, without cooking. Y'all, this one here is special enough. I want to share a story and part of a meal with you. I'll show you the meal first of all, and then I'll tell you a bit of a story. But I think there's something we're doing tonight that we've never done before that you guys will probably like to try. Now, a lot of people are familiar with having broccoli or cauliflower with cheese. Tonight we're having cauliflower con queso. So it's actually a salsa con queso we put our cauliflower in. I think Pinky made some mashed potatoes for happiness. And then also the first deer of the year was harvested. So we've got smokehouse venison ribs. And I actually took the heart of the venison too and stuffed it with shallots. So I stuffed some shallots down in the ventricles, and then we smoked that. But the cool thing about this deer, that was last night, wasn't it? Was that last night?
Yes, sir.
I was out in the woods last night. Monster truck had saw a deer in the area I like to hunt. So I went and sat there a while, and this deer came, and an owl flew and landed right in front of me, probably 20 feet from me. That was really cool to see. 30 feet from me, probably. And then it hopped around the ground and it took off. The deer came up, hit it with my crossbow, it tipped right over, got up, took its throat out, it didn't go anywhere, and I took care of it, but then it was still early in the evening, so I came and I whistled, had 4 of my little ones come. Was it actually you 4?
Yes, sir.
So it was these 4, they each grabbed a leg, and then I said, you know what, I want to go hunting a little more. I said, could you guys take care of it? And he said, yes, and grabbed a knife. And she said, yes, and grabbed a knife. And he was the flashlight guy for them eventually to finish up. But they grabbed it and got started while it was still daylight, so I could go do some more hunting. I didn't see any more, but they skinned it. Actually, Monster Truck's got the skin in a bucket of tanning solution right now. They quartered it. They got it all cut up. She even took out the back straps and tenderloins and stuff and got it all going. And it was really cool. I didn't have to do anything really with this. I fired up the smokehouse actually, and she smoked it while I was gone at town and work and kept the thing going. But it's so awesome to be able to hand off a deer to your children, and they took care of everything. They burned up all the guts and extras. They took out the organs we wanted, the liver and the heart. They cut it all up into pieces. And how do you like cauliflower con queso?
Amazing. It's good.
Yeah, is it tasty?
Really good.
Good seasoning?
Oh, wow.
Anyone enjoying that ribs yet?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sometimes those ribs are like bone and brisket. But all right, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Thought you might like this. And there it is, shallot stuffed heart ventricles. And you say what?
It tastes amazing.
You guess we could shoot 1,000,000 deer and eat their hearts?
Yes, sir.
Well, the sheep are going to provide some background noise. But was at a friend's house, and I prefer growing varieties of things that go to seed. They've got some, great hybrids that are all male, like the Jersey Giant asparagus. But I prefer something like a Mary Washington, where you'll get the females going to seed. We're just going to add a bunch of seeds to this bed I established this year and put these to use for the future, because I'd rather have more. Isn't that incredible? Now these berries, if you will, from the asparagus, they're poisonous, but each one of them's got like 4 or 5 little black seeds If you get them all out on their own, it's kind of like aquarium gravel. So each of these red balls represents multiple potential plants in the future. So I'm just gonna drop a bunch of these in, hit it with a little extra rabbit manure to amend the soil and kind of bury these, help feed what I got going on here, and I'm super excited. I should have done this years ago. This year we didn't really grow any watermelons, but I had a volunteer here in my garden that hopefully is not overripe. I'm not sure what type it is. There's a couple more of these, but it's absolutely beautiful. It took care of itself. It just sprung up from seed. So we're gonna test it, see if it's still ripe and check it out. Hopefully we got some viable seeds, because I don't mind snack-sized watermelons either. I heard something special about my dinner tonight. Would you like to tell me where these came from?
I made the tortilla dough.
You made the tortilla dough all by yourself?
Yeah, Mom told me how much to add.
So what did you use for it? Do you remember?
Baking powder, flour, water, hot water, oil, salt, and
That's all I think.
Wow.
that's all.
Daughter. So can you hold one up? You made those for our family? And how old are you now?
5.
So this 5-year-old, this 5-year-old followed a recipe from her mama how to mix these up so she could make her own tortilla dough. And when I walked in the house, do you know what? It smelled so amazing. Almost like grilled cheeses. I could tell something good was happening in my house. So what kind of tacos are we gonna have? Do you know what meat we're gonna use?
Venison meat.
Venison. And hopefully we'll get some more deer soon, huh?
Yeah.
And one day you? Are you gonna be deer hunting one day? You hope so or no?
I hope so.
You do? All right, thank you. It has been too many days since I picked this. Do you want to see?
Yeah.
Do you want to eat it?
Yeah.
If it's good, do you want to save seeds and grow more? Can I see what size it is compared next to you? Wow, and what kind of food is that? Is it a
Watermelon.
grapefruit?
Yeah.
It's a grapefruit?
Yeah.
Did you say watermelon?
Yeah.
Is it a watermelon?
Yeah.
You're very positive today. Pinky, you're the one who told me to pick it. Would you take the honors?
I hope it's ready, because
That way it's all film real nice.
oh, I saw red juice.
What did you do?
It cracked. That's
you do
good.
to
That's
my-
a good sign.
My beautiful... Oh! Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm looking for, guys. That's what I like. Darling! It looks like a hit.
It smells good.
It smells like a watermelon, and it smells like I probably should have ate it 2 days ago. A little bit closer to picking it. But I bet you it's tasty. And we can save seeds. What do you think? Do you think it's one of the Benny Codinas from your old seeds?
I don't know. They're about that size.
Yeah.
Button
Could
this.
be. Or maybe what?
I mean, the seeds look about the same.
Yeah, do they look like a sugar baby or no? Aren't sugar babies darker?
Sugar babies are darker.
This was a volunteer, so we don't know who it was.
I did grow my watermelons like small,
Can you slice a little one and see what we got?
like this. Yeah.
I need somebody to try.
I will. I will.
You will, huh?
It does look like it should have been eaten a little sooner.
Yeah, and we
Smells
knew
good.
that. That's what I was waiting for. This thing is, yes, very reproductive. There's so many seeds there. Does it taste like a watermelon? Yeah,
It's really good.
smells like one. Little man, would you help me? Yeah. Is it good?
No,
Do you want to grow more?
no.
All right, let's hook everyone up. Happy dance. What?
That tastes like the fruit berry.
A fruit berry.
Oh, good. We like fruit berries. I will comment, this one here is so wise. She brought out 2 bowls. Look, a compost chicken feed bowl and a we save seeds bowl. Yes.
This almost
Thank
tastes
you.
like the little Cave City watermelons.
No way. The little Cave City
Oh,
watermelons?
the big Cave
The
City
50-pound Cave City watermelons?
This one's a little one.
Wow. Hey, I just said what those were for. Pay attention. So truth be told, I live my life the way that I do for some very specific reasons, first and foremost. And I also, just because I do something or live a certain way, I'm not even suggesting that somebody tries to follow everything I do, you know. Because there are things that I do that have room for improvement, even when it comes to something like being safe and reasonable. Now, we were on a creek recently. Creeks around here provide a lot of things. Pawpaws are often growing by the creeks. We can find a lot of greenbrier there. Ozark nest egg gourds. I got a really cool video of us just going down to one of the tributaries to a local lake and finding some of the Ozark nest egg gourds. As far as I know, those are inedible. But by some Ozark nest egg gourds, I started seeing little round green striped ones that look like baby watermelons, and then I found some that were yellow. So I was looking at these, and I smelled them, and I thought, you know what? I think these are actually some sort of melon. Now, whether they're native or whether they're naturalized or whether they're introduced, whether they're invasive, I don't know. But I thought, I think these are melons. So I brought some back, and you can kind of see some of the remnant of the stripes still on these things. But when I cut it open, it smelled a lot more like food. And I do not suggest, again, that you guys just go grab unknown things from the wild and eat them. That's not what I'm trying to encourage people to do. I do highly recommend that people familiarize themselves with the natural wild edibles or the known wild edibles in their area. But this is some sort of melon. I don't know what kind. And when I found it, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put this in the category of food. I'm going to try and eat it and kind of do a little taste test and stuff first. So the flavor is rather complex. Cantaloupe. It's like if a cantaloupe had a little bit of like lemon juice squirted on it maybe or something. It does have a ton of little baby seeds in here too. So this was just a recent cool find. I don't know at all who this is yet. I don't know what this is. I just know I found it in the wild and it's food. That much I know. The time I actually ate some of this at the creek was a while ago. I'm still okay. I'm still fine. And it's got a ton of little baby seeds in it, so I think I'm saving some because my children like it as well. After I tried some and enjoyed some for a bit, I realized there wasn't any adverse effects or anything. I said, you know what? If anyone wants to try a little bit of this, you can. And they did, and they enjoyed it. And then here, yes, is another really cool one from the wild around here. You see it's got these nice dark leaves. If I turn them, they're silver on the bottom. And then it's got all these clusters. Now, most of the ones I've seen are not this fruitful. These are incredibly fruitful. It almost looks like the way clusters of the calicarpa, the American beautyberry are. You know, those are purple, but as many as there are here, it reminds me of that. Now these look like they've almost been dusted with white spray paint, so they're not a high gloss, shiny, smooth skin berry. They're actually kind of textured. They've got a lot of little white spots on them, it would seem. And then they also have an indentation at the blossom end. But this is the autumn olive is what people call these, and we think these are so tasty too. These right now are doing their thing. In fact, it was last year with Pathways Homestead that was showing off some autumn olive, I think, and also some spice bush, both of which we were able to find and start enjoying after that point. So pretty excited. Maybe it was just the spice bush with them. Yeah, I know they were at least doing the spice bush, but anyway, I'm constantly trying to learn what's out there. And then even this, like, I don't mind if some of this gets established here. It obviously makes a lot of seeds, so, you know, some people don't like it, but it's a food and it's very tasty. And I just love, like, can you imagine all these little red balls on top of like a fruit salad or something? My children say it somewhat reminds them of grapes. But if you're not... Or what?
Candy.
Candy? You want to come try one? Pick some off of there. Why don't you grab a couple of you? And always check to make sure that this is what it is. And Papa or Mama will let you know to make sure. Just don't eat random red berries in the woods, okay? Thank you. So, son, what have you been up to lately?
Finding a lot of snakes.
Yeah? Bugger showed me one earlier. I didn't video, but what do you got?
Got a couple black rats.
Oh, that's not very big at all, huh? I mean, it's over 2 feet, but compared to some of the ones that get like 6 feet around here, that's not very big. What do you think, buddy?
But I hunted one.
Yeah? You held one before?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's a little bigger. About a 3-footer maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Boy, his head's coming right for him, but it's just looking to get its chin up and over something. These guys are, oops, about as terrestrial as they are arboreal. Give them more support than that, son.
Come here.
Wow. Oh,
Hey man, what's going on?
yeah. That one's, whoa. He got dirt in his mouth, so he keeps opening it. Do you think Doc can hold the little one? Doc, did you want to?
I think so.
Just gently.
Just gently.
2 hands, one at the back and one where Mano's is.
One up here.
Yep. See? Yeah. And if you hold it by your face, it might bite you in the face. So don't do that.
I had one before, but I thought it was trying to get away.
Should you hold venomous ones?
Yeah.
No. No, you clean out its mouth? Whoa, are you skittish, buddy? That's okay. You look like a little Steve Irwin having that one by the tail with it coming at you. Oh, man. Cool. So these guys will get bigger. They'll eat eggs. They'll eat our baby rabbits. Maybe a big enough one would almost think about eating our dog. Right? So you guys get to go for a ride. There you are. You're alright. See, if they realize you're not a threat, they're not going to be too concerned. And it's just going back to crawling.
This one has more of a pattern than the littler one.
It does.
I mean, you can see it though.
Right.
Not in the shadow.
Right. Cool. Well, these guys get to go for a ride as well. Can you put in the bucket for us, buddy? Oh. And buddy, if you see a snake, you cannot pick it up by your own self.
That one was, that little one that Doc has, was actually in the top of the fig that you got the figs out of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was
So,
climbing in the top.
buddy, look at me. If you ever see a snake, you cannot get it by your own self. You have to tell us, look it, and we will let you know if it's safe or not. Did it musk?
Yeah.
A little stinky on your hand? Okay.
Half its eye is like white or tan, and the other part of its eye is brown.
So darker on the bottom, lighter on the top,
Yeah,
with the slit running through it.
yeah. It's so pretty.
I'm glad you
Just
can appreciate them, but
beautiful
don't be
face.
deceived.
Beautiful face, yes. Oh, it's rattling its tail. Look at that. Can
Yeah,
you
it's
see it?
dancing around. I can see it. It's dancing around. It's vibrating.
Ooh. Gorgeous creatures. But they don't belong here. Thank you guys for watching. Mom out. Catch you next time.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. For real.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's because you know.